October energy guidance. I bring to you this video at the beginning of October to help you manage some of the energy that you may be feeling or going through this month. Now, universally, this is a 7-month in numerology, and with that focus, that brings us to our crown chakra. And the chakras, as many of you will know, are the energy portals within your body. And the crown chakra is that one that's around the top of your head, and that is where the focus is this month. So that is that spiritual energy, that sense of clarity, being focused, connecting to a higher power, connecting inwards to yourself, and that divine feeling of peace, your inner wisdom, and it's where you can just surrender to a power higher than yourself, and you just have an inner knowing of trust. That's when you're well balanced. A sign of an imbalance with this chakra is where someone, may feel more closed-minded, very disconnected from themselves, disconnected from that higher power and that belief, and they may lack purpose or lack of faith, feel really frustrated with their life, could be a little bit confused or forgetful at times, and may actually feel really lonely and isolated. So you may find this month that'll be the chakra to focus on, especially those, again, if I relate it back to numerology, that have strong 7 in their numerology charts or a life path 7s. Like, this is your month, guys. You're going to be feeling it more intensely. So that is the focus this month. And I feel that energy is going to draw people on a very inwards path. Whereas in other months, you might have, felt a bit more sociable or focus on family more last month or your commitments. But this month is going to be really inwards. And that can really cause you to retreat inwards. And you're going to have to prioritize and have more time for yourself, for meditation, for spiritual practice, and even it's a great time to focus on healing as well. Any areas in your life, whether that be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing that you may need, now will be the perfect time to go inwards to focus on that. So perfect time, to get a reading done or an energy healing treatment to really help you. Because that's what this energy is about. And I feel like when we can have a higher understanding of the energy that we've been faced with, it's then easier for us to navigate through the month, and then we think, why are we feeling these things? Like, I've already been feeling the pull this month, and I'll use myself as the example. So the pressures of the outside world, or feeling like I've got to be busy, or I've got to be doing this or that. But really, my body is just calling me to rest. Like, if I could have it my way, I would literally probably be in bed for a month and just retreat, hibernate. That's literally how I feel. And a lot of heavy exhaustion as well. I don't know where that's stemming from, but it is that feeling of not being able to fully relax and feeling really tired with it. And obviously we have got the full moon coming up on the 9th as well. So a lot of us who are more sensitive will be feeling that more emotional energy. It's a lot. There's a lot of energy to deal with, but I think it's just important that we don't beat ourselves up. And if we are feeling more lethargic or tired, or we want time alone, it's just to honor those needs, because often when we go against our needs, that's when we feel that disconnect, that frustration, or that anger, or that sometimes we can't even, how can I word that? I don't know, but it's like an inner turmoil you'll start to feel. And those pressures of the outside world can really take us away from our inner connection and peace. So try your best not to fight the feelings, and just honor yourself and your body, and allow yourself some time out, because you need it. And this month, it's no coincidence it's a 7-month. And then if we look at the season we're in, it's like autumn. Again, the seasonal changes that we're going through, the leaves are changing, the trees are changing, earth is changing. It's getting darker outside, so naturally our energy will start to decrease. And a lot of us, again, I say, we're sun beings. We work off the energy from the sun, and that helps us. And where I am in the world, like, there is not really any sun at this time of year, and instantly, again, that's depressing me, like having to wake up when it's grey, or I can feel the changes. It's getting darker earlier, darker in the mornings, and it really takes its toll on me, because I thrive in the sunlight and I feel so much more alive. So it's made me realise, like, I can't fight the changes of nature. I have to just roll with it, and I have to adapt my daily living to suit that. So naturally, where I can, it'll be spending more time outside within the hours where there is daylight. making sure that I'm making more of a conscious effort to eat well and eat more foods, of course, that are more alive, which I'm really into, natural health. So that's something that I will always try and prioritize, making sure I've got like the right herbs, herbal teas and things like that that are really going to support my health and my immune system during the change into winter. And even adapting foods, like in the summer, you probably can eat a lot more colder foods, but then naturally in winter our bodies will change and we need foods that are going to warm us up more hot drinks, more soups, things like that. It will help your body too. But the downtime as well that we can give ourselves this month will be so essential, and it's really a great time to reflect and just look at where in our lives that we need to reflect. What do we need to reflect on? What things are coming up for us to heal? Because when we allow ourselves to be quiet and have that downtime, that's when those messages will come to us. But if we're always busy all the time, we're distracting ourselves or feeling that need to be on the go, it's much more harder for those messages to come through. As I use myself as that example, I can feel that pull and that change within my energy, but it's like there's something within me that's resisting it. So I'm really having to tap inwards and go inwards to focus on that. Oh, sorry if you can hear my little kitten is getting involved in the video. So she's bringing her energy into it too. And also I feel like as well, there will be a big focus this month to really dive into that spiritual energy that's around and your spiritual development, whatever that means for you. So that might be reading more books, listening to videos, anything that helps you learn and expand your knowledge will be really, really helpful at this time of year for you. And it will really complement that 7 energy this month because it's about gaining that higher purpose and that wisdom. So really tap into that and just listen to yourself and feel where you're drawn to go. If you're drawn to a certain book, read it. If you're drawn to a video or a particular, group or anything that's going to help you expand on your wisdom, or even just making more time for yourself will be so important. And towards the end of this month as well, around the 25th, depending on where you are in the world, we have got the new moon eclipse as well, which is going to be really, really strong energy. And that ties into another message I had to share with you guys this month. And that message that came out was all about manifestation. This is when I meditated before and looked into what messages I was going to share with you guys. And this manifestation energy ties in perfectly with that new moon cycle. And it's all about acknowledging the power of your mind and your ability to manifest your desires. As I always say, and one of my goals in life is to just empower people and let them know that the most powerful person is yourself, and to trust yourself. And really familiarize yourself with like the law of attraction and clarifying your wants and needs. Because this is a really powerful time for that manifestation to happen for you. And as long as your dreams and what you want to manifest and bring into your life serves the greater good and is for your highest good, as well as, your intentions of your soul, trust that the universe will assist you in making those come true. And I can speak from personal experience. Anything I've really wanted in life, it's happened for me. Like, I'm not saying it will happen straight away, but I really can manifest things very quickly and intensely. And it's also about believing. Some of us have, because we're maybe more attuned to it or something with our energy, it can happen a lot easier. But just really remember, like, when you want to successfully manifest something, it requires more than just, positive or wishful thinking. You also have to surrender that outcome to the divine and just detach from the results. And remember as well, like, law of attraction and manifestation works both ways. So pay attention to your doubts, your worries, and your fears and those negative thoughts, because if you focus predominantly on them, rather than what you truly want, but you focus more on the fear-based thing, that's what you're then going to attract into your life. And I always say it to people, be really careful, because I got told it once in a reading and it was so true. It's like, Laurie, you have this great potential and power to manifest so well, but you have to be careful because it can work both ways. So if I constantly think about the negative or the fear or that fearful voice that takes over, that's what I'm going to manifest into my life, as opposed to it being the positive. So I always use the new moon cycles. I literally, old school, pen and paper, I write down my intentions, my wishes, my dreams, and I am really specific about them. That's one thing I will definitely advise for you guys, is be specific. Like, don't be afraid to be specific. Let's use finding love as an example. list all the characters, the values, the morals, the principles you want in your partner, how you want that person to feel in your life. Like, be specific. There's some things that may be negotiable or that you're not, too set on, but the things that you are really set on and mean the most to you, be specific with them. And just make peace, as well with your life as it is today, and appreciate everything you have, because it's really important to show gratitude as well, because that increases your vibration and your power towards what you do want to manifest. So that was my first message I wanted to give you guys. This month is the perfect energy for that. The second message that was coming up was about surrendering. And if there's a particular situation or preferred outcome, that you're really focusing on, but the ability sometimes to let go could be stopping your success. And remembering as well that desperation can block manifestation. Therefore, the more you struggle to attract your wishes and your desires, the more you push it away. And like I say, remember, just believe it's yours and believe you can have that. But sometimes people will try and control everything in their life. But that's where it's like, you just have to have the vision, have the goal, believe it, and then kind of leave it up to the divine to deliver it for you. So really encouraging you guys, just if there is something you're really trying to control or hold on to, just detach from that situation and surrender the outcome to the divine. Because for you to attract what you want, you must give the universe space to deliver your request. And that can only be achieved by getting out of the way so that everything can unfold as it should, and trust in divine timing. Like I say, we can't always control the timing, the who's, the what's, the where's of it, but trust that it'll work for your highest good as long as it's in alignment with your highest good. And it isn't your job, to make it happen. It's simply your job to allow it to happen. Because when you surrender the outcome to the divine, you let that magic flow into your life, basically. So just appreciate everything you have, as I've mentioned. And when you do what brings you happiness and joy into your life, rather than, fretting, worrying and stressing, the divine order and timing will bring the perfect outcome your way. And that is just your positive, uplifting messages to remember that, and have faith within yourself, have faith within the divine. And that ties into that universal 7 energy of that crown chakra, is placing your trust in a higher purpose. Because without that trust and that faith and that belief in a higher purpose or a higher power or energy, it's very hard to function in this human body and human existence. And that's one thing this month, again, that's already been coming up for me, is, moments of like where I will dissociate almost. And it's like, yes, I know I'm here, but then there's also that flip side. It's like, I really feel trapped in a human body, and I know there's more to the world, more to me, and more to the existence. And then it can feel really, I don't even know the word to describe it to you guys, but it can feel so tight and trapped in. And you're like, you observe things and you see how much things you don't agree with in the world or in your everyday life, and it's so frustrating, and you just feel trapped and powerless. So a lot of that is mindset, again, is working on changing the mindset and like almost reprogramming the mind, but still honoring the thoughts and feelings that come up, because it's really difficult. And I know a lot of us, and those that are more sensitive and in tune with their energies, will struggle with this thing we call the human experience, or this thing we call life. And that's not being ungrateful, that's not having gratitude for our life, but sometimes certain things we will feel and struggle more with, and that makes us all unique, and is all unique in our own parts of our journey. So you're not alone with those thoughts and feelings, but just focus this month on really what you want to bring into your life, having more inwards time, focusing on your inner energy and your spiritual connection, and surrendering what you cannot control in your life. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Take care.